What's up, Mansfield? She Shreds with Rasan here, and today I have another special guest with me. I've got Kessler, who many of you might know as Ryan Kessler. He is the vocals with Pearl Pilots and also with Ramjet Ramsey, who also does vocals and guitar, right, with Pearl
hmm
Pilots?
Yep.
And then the two of them, they also do solo projects as well. So I met Ryan, I feel like maybe what, 2, maybe 3 years ago, Ryan, and we just hit it off. You and your dad have an awesome spot that people can come and actually enjoy and just hang out and hear some good tunes. You can do karaoke. I mean, it's just like a home away from home kind of place with a super chill musical vibe.
Yeah, absolutely,
So,
absolutely. Oh, yep. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, I mean, it was just that's really all I had to say about it. I like that you guys do the karaoke and just sing your hearts out all night, and whoever wants to sing along can.
Yep. We did some of that earlier this year for my dad's birthday.
Yes, how's your dad doing?
I got more energy than I do at 74.
I know. I mean, does he have a secret that he's not sharing? What do you think?
Alcohol and sun, I guess.
I mean, I could see somebody having that much energy if they live maybe further down south where it is warm and you can soak up the sun, but here in Ohio, it's just kind of unheard of. So he is unique.
Yeah, hopefully it's
He
genetic.
definitely feels like family as soon as you first meet him. He just has that aura about him. He's very
Yep.
welcoming and he loves to belt out his tunes. So, and it's really cool because he loves Elvis. Do you love
Yep.
Elvis
Yep.
as
Yep.
much as
Yep.
your dad does?
Not as much, but I grew up with it. That was like the first CDs and stuff I had when I was a kid. So yeah, we went down uh, to Graceland when I was like 8 or 9.
Oh my God.
And I have a little we went to Sun Studios and I have a little cassette of myself when I was that age. Sound completely different. That was before my balls dropped, so uh and dad obviously has one of himself down there. Sounds a lot better.
Okay. Do you guys ever get it out and listen to it, or you just know you have it somewhere stashed away?
It's somewhere, it was out there years back when we first started having people over there. We would listen to it. It's got to be out there somewhere.
That's so funny. And especially Graceland. I mean, have you ever only been there once?
Yeah, we're actually talking about going down there next month.
I had looked into it last year about just making like a girls' trip for me and my daughters to go. We didn't make it happen, but it's definitely on my list.
Yeah, I know when we went down there back in the day, it was super hot and stuff, but it was awesome seeing it, seeing the house, seeing the plane.
That
Uh,
would
it-
just be so cool just to see that
and,
up front.
and
They don't
I,
have the upstairs open though, do they?
yeah, I
Do you
don't think
know?
so.
Okay.
I think that's
Yeah.
the
I
living
feel like there's
quarters or
so much
whatever.
action and so many stories up there that had to have gone down. Why don't they open it up? You know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. No one's living there anymore, right?
Right. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, somebody's
yeah.
going in there and dusting that shit off, I would hope.
One would think, and maybe they opened up it was since we went up there. It was probably like 2001, 1000, something like that when we went up there.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, to me, 2001 doesn't sound like that long ago, but
It
do the
doesn't. It
math.
doesn't. It's 2025 already.
Anywho, let's not get caught up on that subject. So, Pearl Pilots. I really love the what it says. You're kind of like your moniker, and it says mic stand since 2015. How'd you guys come up with that? I think that's brilliant.
So, well, we had when we first started this, we were together for about a year and we probably did 35 shows, 40 shows. We were busy. I mean, we were doing Friday, Saturday, every weekend for a while. Um, and that kind of comes from a show that we did over in Bucyrus. And what had happened it was at somebody's house as one of the bands that we did a lot of shows with. And there was this guy that showed up. And as soon as we pulled up, this dude was hammered. He was literally riding around on a cooler, like a motorized somehow cooler thing. It was like 11 in the morning and he's already 3 sheets to the wind. And we're we're unloading everything and we we're doing our sound check, and dude's just being like overly drunk.
Like belligerent?
So yeah, yeah, and it's probably like 1 o'clock at this point once we're doing our sound check. And Ram just finally had enough of it. Took one of the mic stands and like threw it at the guy. He tumbles over, and everybody else pretty much gets that guy out of there. But yeah, that's pretty much the story behind that.
That's how it was born since
Yeah,
2015.
yeah,
So did you continue like after each show? Would you find a reason to throw a mic somewhere, even if it was just like a mic drop on the stage or
No, no, we definitely wanted to get some shirts made, but never got around to that. I'm sure if a situation would arise, we know how to toss a mic stand. So
right? Definitely.
it's definitely self defense.
Okay. I wonder if dude remembers.
If that guy remembers anything of that day, I'd be pretty surprised.
Or maybe he just remembers what people tell him what
Yes,
happened.
yes,
And that's what
I would
he
hope.
goes off of. Yeah, we've all had those times, so you just kinda have to go you have to believe what they're telling you.
Yeah, you have no choice at that point.
Yeah, I know. Well, although with like, everybody's got phones now, so people do record almost everything.
Yeah, that was kind of at the
I
beginning
was
of all that.
fortunate when
So
I was younger when you know, you didn't record everything, so you just went off of what somebody told you. But these days, there's proof.
everywhere.
So I was looking at through some of the shows that you guys have played recently. It looks like you were at some pretty fun events during the summer. You were at like
Mhm.
a pool, some kind of
Palooza.
plaza, that in
Yeah,
Tiffin. How did
yeah,
that
it was
go?
that was amazing. It was super hot. And it's Pool Palooza because the guy has a in-ground pool in the backyard there, and there's two stages at his house.
Oh,
They had, I think
nice.
there's two, maybe three food trucks. People could camp there. And I think they're like tickets were only like 10 or 15, maybe $20, something like that. But a lot of people camped out. It was super hot, and the owner of the house, he's in one of the bands, I guess, left the pool heater on all night. So the pool was super warm and it was super hot. But I definitely stayed in there as much as possible because it was still better than being out in that heat all day. Because we had a show the night before, so it was kind of sweating that out once we got there.
Okay. And what yeah, and with it being July heat, so it looks like
But
there's a
it
bunch
was
of bands
awesome.
there too.
Yeah, there was whenever it started, it was boom, boom, like on each stage. I think we were like the third or fourth band up, did pretty really well. I had a bunch of people come over to our stage when we were playing. We should be there next year, so that'll be one that we'll definitely publicize as much as we can once we get the info out.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. And you know, we can always do another episode too and put the word out.
Yeah, that'd be
So
awesome.
so what kind of music is it that you guys play?
So what we started doing when we got together while we're doing these shows this year is like our 10-year, like you said, since 2015. We've stayed friends, and Ram's kind of done a lot more with his solo stuff, and he was in a couple other bands since then, and I've done a few shows myself, but we kind of just decided to get back together. And when we did that, we are like, well, let's start with the set we started with back then, which was a lot of covers just to kind of get out there, do some Pearl Jam, we do some Stone Temple Pilots, we've added some Johnny Cash,
Oh, nice.
um, yeah, um, we
We
threw
definitely
some
get
oldies
along
in there.
because I knew you like Stone Temple Pilots.
Yep. Yeah, we do Creep and Plush pretty good. Um, and we're just kind of adding some songs there, but we're also playing some of our originals. Kind of tuned up one of the tunes that I wrote in the last few years, and we played that out at a show. Went over pretty well. So we're gonna keep working on that. Maybe get a good recording there of that song. But yeah, we're just kind of adding new covers and any originals that we're working on. We'll throw into the set. 2 hour shows at this point, so we have a pretty pretty big
Really? Okay.
library there.
Well, I'm kind of disappointed that I haven't actually seen you guys play live yet. But I know, back in 2015, I was still raising kids too, so a lot of staying at home and all that
Right.
adult
Yeah,
stuff.
and
I was
I
adulting.
yeah, I think I just turned 21, 22,
Although it
so
doesn't mean anything, yeah, that shouldn't stop you from going to shows, but at that time, I was just, I had a different path that I was on.
and we've only done one Mansfield show this year. It's
Was
been
it at the mothership?
yeah. Have you been there?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Absolutely love that place, and I got to reach out to them because we're kind of a lull until December. So I'm trying to get on some shows, and that's definitely a place that's just awesome to play at. That's like your actual show bar. People go there
It
for the
is.
music instead of it
I
being the
know.
background. You know what I mean?
They have a lot of good, bands that are coming in too, so and I like it, just the variety that they have.
Yeah.
So it's not just one genre. They're open, to
Mhm.
different ones and local and people that they're able
Yeah,
to
they have
book
national
too.
acts that'll stop through there.
So it's really cool. Mansfield's lucky to have a place like that. I feel like it's been long overdue since we've had something like that for our community.
Absolutely. Uh, I mean, it's nice to have the prison once a year, but
Right.
to have that throughout the summer and then through the winter.
This year, did you go out to ink?
No, I've lived so close to it, I can basically hear it better than people that can that hear. So,
What was it
but
like for you this year? Do you feel like you could hear it more or less? Because they did switch the stages.
yeah, I didn't hear it at all this year. That was the one thing. But last year I could tell like what song people were playing and all that good stuff. So, um, it's just always like I know it's like, man, it's just gonna be hot there, and I don't know. I haven't been there. I don't think the last time I was there was like 2016.
That's been a minute, Ryan. What's up with that?
I
This year, I'll tell you, they definitely, I think the way they situated the stages was to allow more people to go. And it was very busy, just the way they situated the stages. If you want to try to get up front, it was a lot harder unless you were just really aggressive and
right.
pushed your way through.
Well, and
Um,
we were doing shows. We are kind of trying to get on that, but since then, it seems like every time that comes around, I have something going on. And this year we actually had a show that weekend, I think. So that's just kind of how it's been for me. I'm kind of waiting for some certain bands to come on a day to get me to go out there because a lot of them I've seen, and it's like I don't feel like spending $300 for that to see bands I've
yeah.
already seen.
I go for the experience. I mean, there's always bands there that I like, and then there's always new
Mhm.
bands that I haven't heard or that I just don't listen to. But the whole experience is just, something
Yeah,
that
yeah, no,
definitely never
it's definitely
happened,
fun.
back when I was in high school. So to have that here, it's pretty cool. Oh, who knows if they'll continue to have ink in the same spot because I mean, this year there's definitely way more than in the years past.
Yeah, it's just hard to get in and out too.
I don't see how they're going to be able to, expand the capacity any other way.
Right. And where I live, I can like when that's going on, the cars in and out, up and down the road. It's kind of pain in the ass to get anywhere. So it's like to work. A lot of people park around here. I should just go with people and go in there. And the last time I was there, my dad got in for free.
How
He
did he
rode his
manage
trikes up
that?
there, and they just let him in. Like he's just
Oh my
blessed.
goodness. Now, did he stay?
Yeah,
Did
he
he stay in
watched.
the couch?
Yeah, he stayed with us, and we watched Mushroom Head. He really dug it. I think he liked the light show and everything that they had going on.
Oh, your dad's a trip.
One of a kind.
So, I saw recently you've got a show coming up in December at Shagalee's. Tell me a little bit about that.
So
I don't honestly, I don't remember if I've ever been there when they do this. It's
I've never done a show there.
metal for kids for in
Yeah,
December is what they're doing.
I think you can bring presents there. I'm sure there's cash donations. That's gonna go up to whatever charity. I can't remember what charity or whatever it is, but we're gonna be rocking out for the kids for Christmas. So
Okay, that's awesome. I'm
and
glad
I
that
think
they're
it's
doing that.
Adam's birthday's around there too. He's the one putting the
Okay,
show together. Adam Mansfield.
okay. And then so you guys will be there. I saw that um, formerly known will be there. Oh, who else? There's somebody else. Crimson.
I think, yeah, that's a
Is
Mansfield
it
band.
Crimson?
I think so. Yeah, I haven't seen them since I played with them back in the day, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. So I'm glad that you guys are doing that. Oh,
Yeah, I'm not even sure how they set that up there. I've never been to
they'll
a show at Tag.
probably, usually they will move the pool table out.
Okay.
So yeah, they'll move that out and then the band will set up there.
Yep. That's the only thing we have on the docket for the rest of the year. Kind of
Do
taking a
you
little
guys,
break.
do you have a preference on where you play? Are you looking to play anywhere?
Uh, I mean, preference, Mothership's great. You know what I mean? So I got to reach out to them and see what they got opening up. But you know, the last few shows have just been us getting back in rhythm. And I think we've done a pretty good job on in our last few shows. We were at Oktoberfest out in Galleon.
How did that go?
It was fun. We were there on Thursday, so there wasn't a lot of people back where we were at. I think there was more people on the Friday, Saturday shows, but it was a good time. Really good sound guys. It was behind Planet 14.
Oh yeah. So that's a pretty cool place. Now have
Yeah,
you played, did you play at Planet 14 too?
yeah, that was our first show back. Was at Planet 14 back in April, I think, March or April.
Yeah, that's pretty cool in there.
Definitely played some of the games like a child.
Did you play pinball?
Always.
It's so cool because you walk in there and you see all of those games and there's a bar right there. It's like, how much more comfortable could you be?
Right, good food. Um, Definitely. If I ever have dates, it's one of the places I pick to
The
take them
vibe
to.
is pretty cool too. You know, the people in there are nice. They're super awesome, down to earth, and you can tell that they take care of the place,
Mhm.
keep all the games, you know, going and maintained. So it's not like you're walking in and, you know, only one or two games work.
Yeah, no, they do a pretty good job there.
It'd be nice if we had a
Great
place like
setup
that
there.
here in Mansfield, but until then, we'll just, you know, celebrate
Claims
having
used
the
to do that.
mothership. I think it's
Right.
awesome too at the mothership. They've got all those records. Have you ever looked through the record collection that they have? Isn't that cool?
Yep, that's one of the first things I go to every time I go there.
Yeah, I like that.
I try to see which ones Dad doesn't have.
Do you find any?
Some. And some of them I don't really know because like I'll see some Rod Stewart or something. I'm like, sure he has it. I haven't seen it.
Some Rod Stewart. Oh my God. Goodness. Your dad is the same age as my parents, so I get it. Although when you
Yep.
hear him belt out Elvis and stuff like that, I wouldn't picture him having a Rod Stewart collection just because of how energetic he is.
Well, he got to live through all that, so he went with the times.
Definitely.
He was signed up for those where they pretty much send you like 2 or 3 records a week like that. It's like a couple bucks a month or something back in the day.
Are you talking about Columbia House?
So got exactly what it was.
Oh my God. Yeah. Have you
How
seen the
nice would that
memes?
have been?
People say stuff like, you know, I still owe Columbia House 99 cents or something like that.
Right.
Actually, this is crazy that this came up because I have a recurring dream sometimes that I get a bill and it's just on like a postcard in the mail that's saying I still owe money to places like Columbia House. And there's another place that me and the girls from work would order from, LTD Commodities.
Nice.
And it's saying that I still owe like thousands of dollars and I still haven't paid it. And in my dream, I'm trying to get on the phone and call them and be like, I sent you the fucking money already. It's so funny. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've seen those letters in the mail come back in the day. Like, how'd they get your new address?
Yes. Yes. We all got them. Yeah. And if you did get paid up, then they would still hook you and send you another even better offer. So instead of like 8 tapes, you could get 12 tapes for $1.99, you know?
Right.
We just didn't read the small print.
No,
We were all on the
no,
hook to Columbia House back in the day. So, what would you say goes into some of your creation when you are coming up with new music? Either whether solo or with Pearl
yeah.
Pilot.
Well, when we were doing Pearl Pilots, a lot of the actual music came from Ram, and there's a lot of stuff he had over the years that just didn't have melody to it, or just pretty much needed lyrics. So I would write a lot of that. Uh, there was two or three, four songs that he did have lyrics to. But for me, the writing process is the best ones I've had is like I'll have a dream and I'll hear something, or you just get that feeling and you wake up and you pretty much just have to like jump out of bed, get the guitar, get the recorder out, and just start hitting it. Those are, I think, to me, it's almost like something out in the ether. Need to get it out. But, then I'll sit down and try to mess with some things and write songs that way. But I think the really good ones just kind of come to you all at once almost.
So
Like
for you,
the,
it's not
the,
where you're not actually like sitting there and stewing, trying to
I,
brainstorm. They just
I
kind
will
of
do that, but like the best ones to me are ones that just come to you.
okay.
And
So
those happen few and far between, but it's great when it finally comes to you. And
natural
sometimes
ca
that'll be after days of just sitting there and failing, and then you just get one.
Are you able to remember most when they come to you like that, so you can get it down on
Most
paper?
of it, like that's why I always get the recorder out. I always hear like three or four chords maybe, and while I'm playing it, it seems like I'll get the bridge to it, and I'll get the bass of the song pretty much done. And then you got to tweak here and there. But usually when that happens to me, the lyrics come too. So it's almost like yeah, like you're like the dream's almost like in a place, and it just I don't know, it talks to you. It's really weird and artsy, but that's what happens.
But that's what works for you, so
Right,
that's just
right,
where your skills lie.
right,
I think it's interesting because, I mean, you never really know what you're gonna dream about.
right. And I try to read about different events, or some fiction and things like that. Sometimes that'll trigger just an idea, and you kind of start and go from there. Just I like to paint a picture of a mood of a song before I really get into it.
Are there any, like, any events, say, within the last year that you feel have been part of your writing process?
There's a couple that I'm working on. Um, haven't really found the like right structure of the song I want to write. Just world events. There's definitely been some things that I feel like I need to write to. Just wars and things like that. But yeah, I kind of keep my ear to the ground on that and try to learn a little bit more, just so when you do the lyrics, they mean something.
Do you play guitar also? Any other musical instruments that I don't know about?
Harmonica,
Um,
get better.
Are there any instruments that you would like to play that you don't right now?
I mean, I could play a little drums,
Nice.
but yeah, that'd be something that I would have to practice to be pretty good at. But I can hear a lot of it by ear. But yeah, I D minus drummer, probably a C plus guitar player, so C plus harmonica player.
A
I
C plus. Are you just saying you're C plus then?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Kessler, I'm sure that you're better than that. You're probably just being humble.
I rely on my voice to carry my stage show.
Well, you do have a beautiful voice. Just seeing the name of the band Pearl Pilots, I could already, see where the name came from. So well, aside from the Pearl Pilots, so what are some things that you are working on or that you like to do solo?
It's a little similar, but I'm adding some like Tom Petty stuff in there.
Oh my goodness,
Uh,
Tom Petty. Okay.
some Goo Goo Dolls, Matchbox 20. Uh,
Early
um,
Matchbox 20, like when they first
mhm,
came out?
yeah, first
Okay.
album, first second album.
Rob Thomas is pretty cool. I think he's a cool musician.
Yeah, throwing some Third Eye Blind and stuff like that in there. you know,
Okay.
and obviously some different Pearl Jam stuff. But I'm trying to add as many different artists in there as I can. So if I can go do a 2 or 3 hour sit down show and make a little cash, I can do that.
Definitely. Well, you've got the skills, so you've definitely got that in your corner. You've got
I
the
try.
skills, you've got the motivation, you've got the passion. A lot of times just finding the time for it too.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Do you have a favorite musician or favorite band?
Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam. Got a tattoo.
All right.
That was so I grew up like my favorite bands in high school were like Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, CCR. You know that's pretty much what I was listening to in high school, and you know the stuff we grew up with, like Third Eye Blind, that kind of stuff. But I caught a couple of tunes from Pearl Jam my senior year of high school, and it just kind of started getting into their catalog, and it was pretty much went off from there. Kind of gave me the confidence to actually like sing and stuff too, because never knew I could really sing until I got into that.
So I started
Start
jamming out to
drink,
Pearl Jam.
yeah, start drinking at parties and singing.
The Liquid Courage.
Yep, yep.
Damn. Love Liquid Courage.
Gotta have it
That's the
before you
only
go up
time I'll do
on the stage.
karaoke is if I've had some Liquid Courage.
Yeah, there's a fine line too. Like I always make sure I don't have any more than like 4 beers before I go up, but you gotta have at least two.
Yeah. When I was in high school, I remember that's when STP had come out and they had Plush, and kids at school we're jamming to it, but at the same time, we're kind of like, man, these lyrics are kind of weird. Like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Right, right. Find out later.
Dogs and hope they don't smell her and all this stuff, but we're still all jamming along with it. So it just, yeah,
Well, the music video to that's kind of revealing.
yeah, that's true.
And I mean, when I grew up too, that was before I'd go to school, I'd wake up early to watch MTV and VH1, eat my breakfast and jam out.
Do you think music videos should make a comeback?
Absolutely.
I mean, I know anybody can record their own and produce their own now on YouTube and, what have you, but MTV and VH1, what they had is long gone.
Yeah, I mean, and Ram's done, he has a couple up on his YouTube page.
Okay.
It's nice
I'll
to have a
check it
little,
out.
yeah, like production value behind it, though, a little money behind the videos. But he does a pretty good job with the software that he uses.
Well, I
I
was
made one
wondering
too.
if he would have been on tonight, I was going to tell him that my cat really seems to enjoy his tunes because last night, yeah, my cat never really pays attention, but when I'm in here, recording and editing and things like that, he likes to lay on the table behind my laptop. He never pays attention. He doesn't give a shit to what I'm doing as long as he's just in the same room. Well, last night I was looking through some of the reels that Ramjet had, and my cat like turned his whole position around just so he could like tune in and hear what he was playing. I was like, oh, okay, I think he likes Ramsey a little bit. I was going to tell him that he's got a fan in Elon, my cat.
Elon, yeah, Ram's great, man. And that was the first time back in 2015 that either one of us had done anything band wise. So
2015.
hmm
Okay. So how did you guys come together? Were you acquaintances or?
we actually knew each other through a friend, Danny Bowman.
Okay. I've heard of the
And
name. I'm not sure if I know him personally.
You may not. He was in a band back then called Lunadin. I don't know if you ever seen them. They're really good. But he was always egging us to get together. Because Ram had managed 8 Bound Pressure and some other bands around that time. And him and Danny would talk, and Ram had some recordings and stuff like that. And we finally got together, did a couple of practices, then we went to this like really cool like private pond jam thing, and we belted out a couple of tunes, and it just kind of blew up from there.
Okay. It just gelled.
Yeah, I mean
That's cool.
we're
You don't have to
like best
force it.
friends.
That's how it
So
should happen.
yeah, and we went through 3 bass players and 4 or 5 drummers, so we learned how tough it is to get a band together and keep a band together. Drug issues or people just not wanting to be dedicated to it and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I'm not a musically talented person. Seeing how bands come and go and based on the members that stay and how they get along and things like that, that's pretty intimate.
Yeah.
And if you're not musically inclined or understand, I guess those are things that you'd probably never pick up on.
Yeah, and we were doing 2 practices a week and then doing 2 shows on the weekend. So it's like, and back then bars and stuff weren't really paying. So, we were really we were chasing it and we were trying to pull people along and it just now we're at the point where it's like let's just go out like we did it when we started and people seem to enjoy it and if we do the 2 or 3 hour thing, I'll go up there and do 5 or 6 songs. We'll go up there and do 5 or 6 songs and we'll do our set together. It works like magic.
And I imagine, am I right in saying that you enjoy it when you're up there doing it too?
Yeah, I didn't realize how much I missed it until we really started doing shows this year. Because I mean, it's just be able to go out there and kind of let the demons out.
Have you ever experienced where people are pretty rowdy or rambunctious
Uh,
at shows that you've played? Or are they just pretty
ye- ye-
chill and
well, but I would say back in the day,
other than dude on the cooler?
yeah,
Well, he didn't
there,
really make
there,
it to your show, but
right. There were some shows when we had the full band. We had the drums going. You get more of that. Our show's a little more intimate. So I haven't had too much of that at least this year. But when we were full band up on the stage, we definitely high energy. Never had any fights or anything. Almost been in some fights with some other bands, but that's neither here nor there, I guess.
right. Yeah. I guess another time to talk about that, huh?
Yeah. Well, I would want Ram to be here for that.
I'm wondering if he was ever around back when Planet Earth was open, where Goodfellows was on
One.
Park Ave, because that was like back in the late '90s, early 2000s. That's where all the heavy metal bands
Yeah,
would
I'm not.
play.
I'm not too sure at that time. That's when his kids were, because his kids are my age. So,
Okay.
I'm not sure how much he got around over here. He's lived over in Bucyrus, so
Okay. I bet he knows. He's probably
I'm
familiar
sure.
with
I'm
it at
sure.
least. But that was like the cool spot for the heavy metal acts. Especially locally. That was the place that we had to go to.
Yeah,
Um,
when we first got together, it was Belcher's.
Belchers, yes. Yeah. And then isn't there a place on West 4th Street that will have some bands
Well,
out there
it's
every
well,
now and
it's
then?
yeah. What it
Planet
was
Rock?
called? It was Planet Rock. It's called something else now, I think.
I never hear of anything going on out there these days, so I don't know
I
what
think
they've
it's got
got
a
going
new
on.
owner, so I'm not sure what's going on out there at this point.
Okay.
I know they
Well,
were
that's
kind
all
of doing
right.
stuff.
Mothership is crushing it. So I
Yeah,
love where it's at. It's downtown. Did you know that used to be a doctor's office, the building that they're
I did
in?
not know that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, and it's got all the parking that you need. It's like perfect.
Yep, it is. Very accessible.
Hmm.
Too bad
Yeah, I
Church's
love
Chicken still
the
isn't
way they
open across the street.
right.
But oh well,
Uh,
they bring in food trucks, so that's cool too.
Food trucks, and in the one night I was there, they just bought pizza for everybody.
Nice. Now, did they actually put a bar in there?
Yeah, in that back
I was in
room.
there. Yeah, they didn't really have like a full size bar.
It's not really full. I think they can only do beer and wine
Okay.
because
All right. I
they're
haven't
like
been there
legit.
recently, so
They have their whatever liquor license, but I don't think they have the hard liquor license for that place yet, or if there's even one
okay.
open. You know what I mean?
All right, that's awesome. This is just a place that I feel like how long has it been there? Do you know?
They've been having shows there 2 years, maybe three, but I know that it's probably changed since they started. It was the first show I went was last fall, I think. that I went there. I'd been hearing about it, but finally went and Ram was there, so I went and seen him. He actually brought me up on stage to do a song that night, so that was pretty cool. But
You 2 were together.
hmm
Awesome. Well, it's definitely a place that's needed and, for the generation, the kids need something to do.
right, yeah, and they have open mic nights and things like that. For I would if I was anybody, check them out on Facebook. Make sure you see when those happen. I think they're going to try to do it once a month. I was there for one. They had people go up and do like poetry. People went up there and played music. It's pretty chill, pretty fun.
Yeah, and it's, pretty cool because they have, like, a bunch of different rooms in there,
Yeah,
and then when I was there, it was in the winter, and I think the one guy was saying that they were gonna expand the patio.
right. Yeah, I think that's gonna happen. I think it's supposed to happen next spring, unless they've done it since I've been there. The last I was there in May, I think, May or June. But yeah, they have all those rooms there. That's what those national acts will come through. Then they just stay there.
Cool. Well, yeah, who was it? Venom of Virtue, I think, came through last weekend, and they
Nice.
posted, they thought it was pretty cool. They were like they said they were back in the green room and, they just liked the whole atmosphere there,
Right.
and they felt
Yeah,
right
and
at home, so
they could pull up their RVs or whatever in the back.
cool. Yeah, that's nice that they can do that for the bands instead of making them stay in a hotel or have to run
Yeah,
out.
that's a good way to get bands to come there. Save you four, five, six, $700, whatever it is. How many people they have for the night?
So with as you're, looking to put out more music and come up with some more tunes, what is one thing that you would like for your audience to walk away from after hearing one of your shows? Say from Pearl Pilots.
Hmm. I do put a lot into it when I'm on stage, and I try to make it very intimate, I guess. So if people enjoy that, they like kind of maybe put into a certain mind space or a mood or something like that. That's what I really try to do. And the songs that we do, some of them are really well known, so hopefully we do them really well. I like to be inviting when we're there, when we get back out in the crowd and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, music to me is like every song has its own emotion, every song has its own uh, life, and hopefully we get people that experience when we're up on stage.
All right. Well, Ryan, I'm looking forward to the show that's coming up in December, and I have a feeling that you'll probably get some bookings from now until in between now and then also.
Yep, I'm gonna be working on it. I was out in Arizona last weekend, so
Oh yeah, how was Arizona?
well, my boss took us out to ride quads out in the mountains down there. We did like a 42-mile trip on a quad. That beat me up pretty good, so
I
took
bet.
me a few
Did you have a
days
sore butt?
sore everything. Sore hands, sore yeah, shoulder. Um, we were out there for 5 or 6 hours. It's
Oh my
hot,
goodness.
but it was fun, and it's something I could say I've done.
Very
Um,
cool. And you
good
came back in
pictures and
one
stuff.
piece. You didn't break any bones, right?
Almost, but nope.
Okay. All right. Well, you're back in one piece so you can keep performing.
Yep,
So the music gods were
absolutely,
looking over you.
yep, and that's one thing I'll be doing this weekend is a little networking to see if we can get some more shows lined up.
All right. And are you looking to line up more shows for Pearl Pilots and yourself solo?
Yeah, it's gonna be a Rams dealing with stuff with his shoulder,
Okay.
so he's not sure if he's gonna be on the men for. So he's kind of taking a break now. We have that show in December. He might have some type of surgery in December. So for the time being, it'll probably be me booking some solo shows.
All
But
right.
2026 we'll probably definitely we try to do a show a month or something like that together.
All right. Sounds cool. Well, I'll be looking to hear some announcements then of you doing some solo and hopefully Ram will get on the mend. We'll send them some well wishes.
I appreciate it. Yeah, and we'll definitely let you know. Love to see you out at the show.
Okay. And just one quick thing that I always want to say to my audience is, parents, or if you've got young kids at home and, they show an interest in music, or maybe they don't seem to have an interest and they seem musically inclined, get them involved, let them sign up for the band, get them a musical instrument, check things out with them. You don't have to necessarily go to a concert with them. I mean, if you want to, that's cool, but just let them explore any options with music, whether it's producing, writing, playing an instrument, what have you. But it's just something that I hold strong to my heart, because it's so much therapy that I don't think we'll ever understand as humans. But it can save lives, and it can also you know build upon those brain cells that our kids have, and it's going to lead them as the generation coming. That's my little plug that I
Absolutely.
put in.
Absolutely.
All right, Ryan. Well, Kessler, thank you so much for talking with me. And I look forward to, like I said, hearing some more of your upcoming shows. We wish Ram some well wishes. And there you have it,
Yep.
Ryan from
Appreciate it.
Pearl
Appreciate it.
Pilots. All
Have me
right.
on
Well,
anytime.
Mansfield,
Anytime.
this has been She Shreds with Rasan, and keep it loud. Until next time, peace out.
Peace. Peace.